Greetings and God bless. I'm speaking to the misogyny that is being perpetuated against biological women by other biological women who call themselves feminists and think that they are doing women a favor by throwing biological women under the bus. I'd like to see those biological women that are demanding the rest of us use the men's bathroom because once there's no women's bathroom, it's the men's bathroom. And many men, they pee on the seat. They're messy, they're rude, they're creepy, they're violent, they're dangerous, they're criminal. Um, like that's who we're finding in a low income public bathroom. So if you're a woman that's forcing other biological women to have to use the men's bathroom, then you should. When you're at the airport, you need to go into the men's bathroom. I don't care if you're a biological woman in a dress and you feel threatened by all the men who are looking at you like you're weird because you are weird. And this is misogyny at its worst. This is patriarchy at its worst. People think that only men could be patriarchal. The biggest patriarchal abuses I have experienced have been perpetuated by women. Yes, men do bad things. Men rape, men molest their daughters, men rape their wives. It's absolutely horrible. But the worst part is when the mother is like, well, the daughter wanted it, or, it's just how it is. It's the worst thing when the mother is like, go do it, and that is a form of patriarchy, and it has been across all cultures where a biological woman is abusing other females because it serves their agenda. Patriarchy is about power, and it's not just men that want power. Biological women also want power. Biological women are also a fallen, messed up, evil, sinning type of being. So there's this new misogyny that biological women are perpetuating against other women, and it is against men. Men should be men, and it is not good for their mental health to think that they can abstain from their God-given um, biology and put on a dress and think that now, because, you know, I don't know what it's like to live in a man's world, but I'm assuming that these men who are invading and violating and raping women's sports and raping women's sororities and raping women's prisons, as well as raping the women in those prisons, um, like these men must, this must be the most sickest of the sick of biological men. And but what is even sicker are the people, the trusted agents of the public good, who are just throwing all defense protection of the vulnerable away to these two predators, because that's who's doing this. They're like any decent man who's wearing a dress and wants to identify does not violate other women's space. It's a woman's space. There's no way it can be a man's space. Like if a man wants a woman's space, you get married. Then you have a woman's space, but you don't get to have a woman's space by lurking in their bathrooms, by lurking in their gyms, by lurking in their sports, by lurking in their sororities, by lurking in their dressing rooms. Like this is such incredible crimes against womanhood, against femininity. Femininity is done, and it's done into the name of justice, which is it is not. This is incredible misogyny. It's the worst misogyny that I know of in history, and this is a rape of femininity by women, um, by power hungry women, if not mentally ill, deranged, deluded women that are under some sort of drugs or something like that. Because you do not have strange men using the same bathroom that a mother is using to care of her baby. Like this is so. This is what the bathrooms are in the local library here, and it's like a prison. to be open because they know that a woman is in danger when she goes into that bathroom, so there can't be any doors on it. It's absolutely insane. And so, anyways, I think you're a woman forcing other women to use these men's bathrooms because that's what all bathrooms are now. It's men's bathroom. That's what all female locker rooms. They're now men's locker rooms. There are no female locker rooms. There's no female sports anymore. There's no female sororities anymore. It's everything is male. Everything is raped by men. And the feminists that are forcing this, and the spineless male trusted agents of the public good that are forcing this, like you guys, like fortunately God says vengeance is mine, because what you're doing, the harms that you're doing to girls and to women. Life is already hard enough for girls and women. Like girls and women, even just amongst themselves, are doing hellish things to each other with the bullying and forcing people to commit suicide and whatnot. And you know, like this just adds this whole other level of pressure and abuse. And I'm sure some of these biological women who are forcing other women to use men's bathrooms have to be under surveillance by some creepy guy. Like, I'm sure some people enjoy the suffering that they're causing. And this is just despicable, and it's misogyny. It's like what's going on right now is misogyny, and it's patriarchy. And just because somebody puts on a dress, or just because somebody's a woman, they can be patriarchal. A man who puts on a dress can still be patriarchal, is still a misogynist. The biggest misogynists I have met were men who were taking hormones, and they were the meanest bitches I ever saw. And they weren't women. I mean, they were like trying to tell. And the thing is, biological men can be bitches. Like, they can be the most pathetic, spineless, useless pieces of crap. And maybe that's why we have wars, to get rid of some of them. But instead, instead they're going to get a sex change, because they're not going to contribute anything to humanity. So what I'm thinking is that, of course, these people, there's an engineering that's going on. There's a social engineering that's causing these men to be like, yeah, I'm going to put on a dress and life is going to be great. And of course, they're like absolutely insane. And a lot of other people are insane for other reasons, because it's also all engineered. But what I'm hoping is, men, like, if you're wearing a dress, if you're claiming to identify as a woman, if you're injecting estrogen or whatever, like, we need you to be men. Like, if you're a boy, be a boy. Like, learn about your gender. It is a good thing. And humans are fallible, but God wants you here. God wants to have a relationship with you, and like, just, you don't need to compare yourself to female movie stars or rock stars or your mom or something like that. So, last thing, I think that's it. Like, I'm hearing some activity outside my door, so I'm like a little distracted. But yeah, I just wanted to say that patriarchy is alive and well, and it's been perpetuated by women. It's been perpetuated by men in dresses in the past. I'm sure the temple prostitutes of antiquity, that were men, were not always nice to women. There's this envy, I think, that some men that are transsexuals or transvestites or even gay men, there's an envy that some men have of women's allure. Like, they're just envious of women's womanhood or femininity, or I don't know what it is, but like, they want a straight man to love them like a straight man loves a woman. And a lot of gay men or trans men, they think if they are sexy enough or perform enough or something like that, that they're going to have that same something. And I don't know, it's some sort of fantasy or some sort of it's just this unhealthy envy. And you're just not a woman. If you're not a woman, you're not a woman. Like I'm not a millionaire. I'd love to be a millionaire. I really need to be a millionaire. It's just there's just these situations that we face. And I don't know if like movies or songs or something has done something to men to reject their masculinity. But the thing is, we need men. We need strong men. Like America needs men, manly men. Um, and I don't know why. Like I think bad things happen to gay men that makes them hate women, dislike women, repelled by women. And so I'm like, if that's the case, then that's the case. I mean, when I was in college, I met young women who were raped or incested, and they didn't want to have anything to do with men. And it made sense to all of us kids. We were like, I was like 17, 16, and I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you, you know, because you can't trust somebody. And the news is all like when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, 70s, news was all about rape, 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 like serial rapist, same guy taunting the same woman. It just terrorizing. Um so so I think that's what happens with some gay men, is that just something they just can't trust or like or something, women. And so I don't think anybody should be forced into something they loathe and despise. um, but I don't think that homosexual relationships is going to fix that either. But it's up to you and God and stuff like that. But so I made my point, about misogyny being alive and well, and it's just in this new iteration, and it's a despicable, it's like the worst type of misogyny, because it's women doing it to other women. And um, and it's people in dresses thinking that as long as they're wearing this mask, this costume, they can be misogynistic, because that's what's going on. It's a total abuse of women and girls going on right now. So thanks for watching. God bless.